We're here with Adolfo Carrao, design coordinator at Alinghi Red Bull Racing. 4 hours on the water today, a similar program to yesterday with system testings, some pre-starts and a 3-lap race versus the chase boat. You were on the water today. What was your specific focus out there?
Yeah, my focus was really on see how the new systems and a few new components we have on board were functioning, and then follow the racing and the training, which was really good.
The rules are pretty strict on numerous components, sail control systems, rigs, etc. How much flexibility in the rules have you found to bring a radical design into the overall hull of the upcoming AC75, your new boat?
Well, I think we have pushed a lot, and I think as any other teams, you'll see very radical designs out there.
Is it worth gambling on a radical design as a new challenger, or are you looking long-term to the AC38, AC39?
No, we're here to win the next America's Cup, so we have put everything on the table here.
And what big differences do you think we can expect compared to Terehutai, the defender of the last challenge?
I wouldn't know, but the rule has changed, so all the boats are going to be much better in light airs, and then let's see up range how they go.
Can you give us an idea of how many hull simulations you've completed to date?
Thousands. I mean, the machine never stops. Boat speed never. The search for boat speed will not stop until the last race. So the simulations are going on non-stop.
There was a dockside video of Emirates Team New Zealand clearly showing the linking of the flight control system to mast rotation. Not an easy topic to discuss with the sailors. They don't often want to say much about it. Is that where the big gains come for you in this cup?
Yeah, gains need to be found everywhere, and the rule is a bit more open on the logic side, so there's a lot of emphasis on that side. Apart from all the rest, you need to be, the best in every area.
It would seem like everyone's going down a similar path when it comes to foil design. Can you see any breakthroughs being made here?
Probably there's going to be breakthroughs, and we'll have to wait. Okay, I think a few months to see what everyone's putting on the water, but. I think you could see some very interesting foil designs coming.
And where do you expect to see those breakthroughs?
It's probably on the systems, on the section design, the roundure, it's on the foot. There's a lot of areas where there's still a lot of performance to be gained.
The sailors all say they're excited to get a new boat. You have to give 2 months notice for launch of that new boat. Would it be a huge advantage to break cover early, or is going early is a benefit as a new challenger?
That's the usual trade-off between having a bit extra time to design the boat and extract a bit more theoretical boat speed, or putting the boat early and just develop the boat and get the most out of what you got. So let's see when we launch, and let's see where the other teams launch, and it's a bit of a discussion, and definitely one which I don't know if there's a right answer, to be honest.
Olympic champion in the fin class and helmsman on Team INEOS Britannia, today steering on the port side of boat A. Giles, another very productive day on the water with very good sailing conditions for speed testing and two-boat racing.
Yeah, no, it was amazing day on the water. Last 2 days have been, Barcelona has put it on for us. We feel quite fortunate actually. I think everyone was pretty worried about how bad some of the weeks could be here through the winter, and touch wood, last couple of weeks we've had a good run at it, and hopefully, hopefully that'll continue.
At the beginning of the day, speed testing.
Yeah.
One part of those speed tests with the Alinghi 12 J24 on boat B.
Yeah.
Then the two boats speed testing with one design jibs.
Yeah.
Which differences did you feel in between the two boats?
Very subtle. I mean, today it was very flat water, wind very, very steady, and the differences were pretty marginal. With regards to the Alinghi 12 jib, I didn't sail with it today. I did yesterday. There's a few things that are different with it, obviously. Yeah, we're looking at it. There's only so much we can really do with the jibs and the way that the One Design boats are set up. But yeah, it's been certainly interesting to get our own fruit on.
Then in the downwinds we identified a lot of parity in between the two boats, and then on the upwind some slight differences, and especially differences between one tug and the other. Do you feel similar?
I don't know, what were the differences?
Yeah.
You tell me. What were they? I don't know. It was, yeah. There was differences, but it was subtle. As I said, the conditions today were very stable. So. Yeah, we were doing very long tuning runs, and small margins it did show up, but we were on straight line segments for, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 miles at times. So yeah, it's nice to get both boats locking horns.
Then second part of the day, two-boat racing, doing lots of pre-starts. On those pre-starts, are you open book, let's say, on what you can do during when you are on the pre-start box, or are you following any kind of instructions?
It's a bit of both. We're trying out some different things, and some of the pre-starts are very formulaic and structured, and others are a bit more freestyle. Yeah, we mix it up. Which
different kind of things are you trying to train inside the box?
Well, I think you'll have seen today that we were box size reasonably small. We've been playing around with that sizing and what it means for the various approaches. I think everyone's seen that these boats are super manoeuvrable, especially in 10 knots and over and flat water. So yeah, plenty of options for both boats with double tacks, jibes, some circles here and there. So yeah, plenty to play with.
Severin Graham, you were trimming on the AC40 Magic today. Looked like another good day for testing. Very flat out there, flatter than yesterday. Tell us about the day. How did it go from your point of view?
Yeah, I thought it was a really productive day. It was our second day back when actually sailing with the 240s, so just getting into the swing of things, but productivity is really high and just learning a ton every day, so it's really great.
Like yesterday, we saw lots of straight line stuff, not many maneuvers over the day. It was all about comparing the performance of different configurations, different sails. I'm not going to ask you about those sails specifically because I'm sure you won't tell me. But how do you gather the data on the performance of the boats? How do you measure that?
Well, there's a lot of things that are being collected that we can look at in performance reports after, and we debrief in a meeting room. But then also there's a capture when we're done sailing, and sailors talk about feeling, because feeling's just as important as data, and you want to make sure those two things line up well.
How does it compare trimming on an AC40 on a day like this compared to, say, on a practice race day? Because you're sailing in a straight line, the concentration must be very high.
Yeah, concentration's high. On a practice racing day, like, there's a lot of other things you need to think about. So different boats and racing conditions and other variables are changing. So it's kind of just increasing or decreasing your bandwidth depending on what's important in that moment.
Concentration must be pretty intense. You come off the water with a headache?
No, we make sure that we stay nice and hydrated, electrolyte tablets, but yeah, it's definitely exhausting and not a physical way always, but just very exhausting.
We saw a couple of quite long stops today. One when the mainsail was changed on one of the boats, and then another one later in the day. Was there an issue that needed sorting, or?
I don't think there was an issue. We're looking at different sails, and some of them are battery changes, just routine checks, and again, just second day back in the water with the 40s, so making sure everything's functioning properly and not wasting any time.
You said that there's a feedback process at the end of the day, a capture process you called it. Can you just tell us in general terms how that works? How long does that last, for instance?
It's not extremely long. We go into more detail on following meetings in the next day or coming weeks, but you want to make sure everything's fresh in the sailors' minds and the coaches' minds, and you want to take note of that so you can dig deeper on things of points of interest in following days.
Now, Anderson Reggio said I wouldn't be doing my job of interviewing you if I didn't ask you why they call you the Magic Man.
Yeah, so I've been nicknamed the Magic Man on the team, and I think that's early on when we were doing two-boat training. I only sailed on our AC40 and not the LEQ, so because my primary focus on the team is going to be for Youth America's Cup, so I got quickly nicknamed the Magic Man as everyone else is rotating around. That was always my boat, so we're going to take care of her because she's going to be ours for not too long now for the Cup.
Fantastic. If you're going to get a nickname, that's not a bad one.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing with us, Seven.
Helm on the red boat on the LEQ12. Ruji, two-boat testing day. Which is your overall feeling about?
Oh, we are super happy with the day. It was a light Mistral, and yeah, we were able to do many starts and some laps. So yeah, really happy with the day. The boat were quite even, and we were really fighting.
How big would you say is the advantage of the AC40 in these light conditions?
But for sure, in the acceleration and in some particular situation, there is an advantage. But yeah, we are kind of learning how to use our LQ, which is something that is very important.
About the pre-starts, the many pre-starts, yeah, we've seen some closer engaging in the box. What would you say is your biggest learning from that today?
But for sure, being able to maneuver our LQ, it's something that we are learning and discovering day by day, and even making very small changes will allow you to exit the tax with one more knot of boat speed, which then makes everything easier, or at least it makes the thing to keep the boat alive, keep the boat foiling or sinking in water. So yeah, that's the key thing.
Are you working on specific tactics during the debrief with Philippe of the two-boat testing days, or?
Yeah, for sure, and that's really important for us to see this boat going around the course, staying in the box at the pre-start, and I think we are trying to take out the best from these days.
Grazie Roger, ci lasci un commento in italiano per i supporter.
Ciao ragazzi, due barche oggi, è stata una giornata pazzesca, vento leggero, l'LQ andava molto bene, la C40 è sicuramente sempre difficile da battere in queste condizioni di vento leggero, ma non si molla. Ciao a tutti!
Grazie Roger.